Whoa! Hello, vinyl community. Let me turn this down. How's everyone doing? Few of you have heard I've been a little under the weather, and I apologize for my absence. And I'm going to try to make a few videos. If I cough a little bit still, I apologize. How is everyone doing? I'm really behind on watching your videos, and I'm way behind on commenting on my own. Sorry about all that. Then busy, very busy, as well as being sick. But today I thought I'd make a recent finds video, and it's going to be long because I haven't been anywhere, but the mailman's been busy. And so I'm going to get started with that, and I've got a couple of little business things to clean up first. First of all, Joe, me and Mr. Mayo showed a 3-inch Beatles CD, and I'd mentioned to him that I had a couple Beatle related, but I'd never seen a 3-inch Beatle one before. And he asked me to show what I had. So this is actually a Japanese single of Paul's My Brave Face, backed with Flying to My Home. And it also has I'm Gonna Be a Wheel Someday and Ain't That a Shame on it. I know a lot of you probably aren't interested in CDs, but I said I'd show these. So, really quick, Party Party came with the box set of the Flowers in the Dirt LP, the CD deluxe box. So I have a 3-inch of that. I also have 2 Wilburys. Handle with Care and End of the Line. I'll just show one of the CDs. It's a CD, you know. There's one of the CDs. So I have 4 Beatle related 3-inch Beatles CDs, and there's that, Joe. And also, almost the last video I made was my entire McCartney collection, and I forgot 2 things. It's funny because Sgt. Pepper 13 forgot a couple things too, and we forgot one of the same things. I think I forgot to show my picture disc of No More Lonely Nights, and I also forgot to show this bootleg of called The Beatles and Beyond, but it's really not. It's suitable for framing is what it is. And it's weird because it's a picture disc, but it came in that sleeve. So there's that side, and there's amazing picture of Paul from the Coming Up video on the picture disc. But it didn't come in one of those round picture disc things. It came in that with the wrong title. I've had suitable for framing before, and this is it. Just with a different title. So there's 2 Paul items I forgot. Okay, on to new stuff. And since we're on to new stuff, oh, hang on. One more thing to clean up. I got this as VCLT from SMF Captain Howdy John, and I just wanted to show it in a I've already showed it, but I wanted to show it in a recent finds video. Again, thank you so much, John. This is so awesome. So there you go. Tripping the Live, fantastic. Watch the other video to see it in detail, but awesome. While we're on Paul, didn't want to not mention that. Finally picked one of these up. Finally, I haven't been able to find one. The reissue, the 2011, whatever it is, reissue of the first McCartney album, 2-record set. Still sealed, haven't gotten to it yet. Looking forward to it. I love the version of Maybe I'm Amazed that's on here. So good. It's from the One Hand Clapping soundtrack. Finally got one of these as well, Hope for the Future. And I have not gotten around to playing it yet. It's on the top of my playlist. So I still have not heard this song, believe it or not, but it's really high on my playlist. And speaking of Paul, Ocean's Kingdom. This has a bent corner, and as a result, I got it really cheap, really cheap. It's still sealed, 2-record set, 180 gram vinyl, and I don't know if I'll even ever play it. I don't know, but to fill in the collection for like 10 bucks, I picked it up. So there you go. And Pick this up too for not much more than that. John Lennon, Rock and Roll. This is the new 2015 180 gram reissue. Now some of these have one song pressed twice. That song is You Can't Catch Me. And no, Sweet Little 16, You Can't Catch Me is not on that. And took a chance when I bought it, and this is one of those. So this is a mispress. So I'm actually rather happy about that. SMF Captain Howdy was talking about that. I got one, John. I got a mispress of the Rock and Roll album, and I'm pretty happy about that. I like it, and that's what's playing behind us. So if you listen, you will hear Sweet Little 16 twice. So there you go, very cool. I can't show you the record. It's just in a white sleeve, though. I'm not going to show many sleeves tonight or anything because it's in a nice, thick cardboard white sleeve. The mispress of John Lennon's Rock and Roll. Really happy to have that. That's awesome. I'll put that down here since it's playing. Two more Beatle-related albums. Finally got Postcards from Paradise by Ringo. Got this at a decent price too, and have not yet opened it or played this either. And to be honest, not in that big of a hurry. Happy Michaelmas, a Beatle bootleg, a Christmas one. I got it at a decent price. It's interesting. It's still sealed. It's supposed to be on colored vinyl, but I haven't opened it yet to find out, and I don't know what color. It's got a couple of versions of Christmas Time Is Here Again, some outtakes from the later Christmas video, or not videos, Christmas song sessions and stuff like that. But next Christmas I'll get to this, and it'll probably stay sealed till then. I thought this was interesting, and I got it really cheap. Mark Bolan, T-Rex. It's sort of a greatest hits collection. It's Russian. This is definitely, I'm not going to show very many labels, but I'll show this one very quickly. It is DMM mastered. I've not played it yet. Very terrible cover. Nice and glossy. But is that one horrible cover or what? I've been looking for this forever. Is this the one or is it? I got two, so no, it's not this one. But I didn't have it. Leonard Nimoy, The Way I Feel. This might complete my Leonard Nimoy collection. This one's got If I Had a Hammer on it. Here you go, Sweet Little 16, where You Can't Catch Me ought to be. This is the one, The New World of Leonard Nimoy. This has his version of I Walk the Line on it. And let me tell you something. There isn't much. As far as bad music goes, there's not much that can top Leonard Nimoy doing I Walk the Line. Alright, had to pick this up. The Beach Boys Party. This is new. This is a Beach Boys Party album with all the party sounds taken out. This is also available on CD with a heck of a lot more tracks, and I want to get it, but I haven't gotten even to this yet, so I haven't picked it up yet. But there's your set list, and it's just the studio recordings without all the party stuff. So I am looking very much forward to hearing this, but haven't gotten there yet. One's falling out of its plastic. Again, got it at a decent price finally, so I picked it up. I'm a huge Elvis fan. Sorry about the glare. This is the new Basement tapes with Rhiannon Giddis, Taylor Goldsmith, Jim James, and Marcus Mumford. There's 20 tracks on here. And if you don't know what this is by now, it's all songs that Dylan wrote but never really recorded. It's sort of like the Lost Notebooks by Hank Williams, and these guys like wrote music, and Elvis Costello and crew, and made an album. I'm iffy on what I've heard of it. I know a lot of people love this, so I have to give it a chance. But I got it fairly cheap, so I grabbed it. This has been on my list. Nick Lowe's and John Hyatt and Jim Keltner and Ry Cooder, Little Village, the one and only album. It's not the world's greatest album, but it's pretty good. And this came out in 1990. Never was on, if it was on vinyl, it was a very limited run. Because there were CDs by then. And it's out again on Music on Vinyl and Really happy to have it. Speaking of Nick, pick this up. Nick Lowe, Nick's Knack. This is a British import greatest hits type album, still sealed. This came out in the mid 80s, and found this sealed, and it may stay sealed for a while. I don't think there's anything on it I really need, but I love Nick Lowe and I collect him, and I was very happy to add that to the collection. This I just wanted to try. John Doe Keeper. I got this really cheap, like $5. New sealed album from a couple of years ago, and 180 gram vinyl. John Doe. Nice import of the first Kinks album, the British. It's on PRT. It's a reissue from the 80s, but it's in really nice shape, and I'm really glad to have finally in the right order and everything the Kinks first Kinks album, all 14 tracks, as it should be. One of these days, it's on my list. Chris did one over at Dixieland Farm. I'm going to do a Kinks video. It's on my list. But so are a lot of other videos, but I'll get there. Get Off My Back, a nice punk rock collection. Not punk rock, garage rock on Norton Records. Haven't given this a chance yet. Most of these I haven't gotten to. Exitos, A Go-Go. This is south of the border, Mexican garage. Haven't gotten to this yet either. This has been on my list for a long time. How many of these can you have? Never enough. People that know me know I love this album. Tony O'Kay's Life in the Food Chain. Promo copy with the white sticker on the front. And what's so special about this? Some of the promos. Gray promo label on green vinyl. Translucent green. And I wanted one of these for years and years. And found a Canadian one that wasn't a promo on sort of tan marbled vinyl, but I think this pretty much completes my Life in the Food Chain collection. Great album, by the way, if you've never heard it. Earl Slick's on guitar on here, among others. Huge band on here. A lot of people playing. I collect these. This is volume 8 of Rhino's Soul collection, Soul Shots, Sweet Soul Sisters, and this has where is it? Because I'm forgetting. Tainted Love by Gloria Jones. The original version of Tainted Love is on here, which is the one reason I bought it. You will be hearing that on my podcast one of these days. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Your Funeral, My Trial. It's on 180 gram white vinyl, but I haven't gotten to this yet either. Got all these from the same guy, about $5 each. Styx, Cornerstone, nice Japanese pressing. Not a huge Styx fan by any means, but really nice shape, all of them. It's got the LB, Japanese pressing, pretty cool. Dave Brubeck, Take 5. This is a live album, I believe. Got the Obi. Kinky Friedman, no Obi, but really nice shape. Again, Japanese. Does have the insert. Next two were the two really good ones. The reason I bought it was a lot, and I bought it for these two. Elvis Costello, no Obi, but Japanese copy of Almost Blue. Love this album, and have a really nice Japanese copy on FB. Is really cool. And Dylan, again, no Obi, but Street Legal. Really nice Japanese copy of Street Legal. I'll take it. And it was, I think, $25 for the 5 of them shipped. The Eels latest. The Eels performed the cautionary tales of Mark Everett, who is E of the Eels. Their latest opus. Have not gotten to this yet either. Picked this up just because it was really, really cheap. I have a copy, but this is the Record Store Day copy that came out last year. Really good album. Herman's Hermits Blaze. Awesome. Live from High Fidelity. There's 2 of these, and I picked them both up. And if the other one's not in my pile, I apologize. But interesting stuff recorded live here. This one's got Sam Phillips on it, Jill Solbule's on it, John Doe is on it, Glyn Johns is on this album, Benmont Tench. Interesting stuff. I mean, really, really cheap. This was really, really cheap too. Brendan Benson, What Kind of World. I have the 45 from this, and it's really good. I haven't gotten the album yet. And I have played it on my podcast. It's a gatefold. 180 gram vinyl. Again, really, really cheap. And I like this guy, who is a friend of Jack White's and has produced Jack White, and Jack White has produced him, and he's also in the Rock on Tours. If you don't know who Brendan Benson is. I picked this up. Not a huge fan, not a huge Eagles fan at all, but you don't see it. Don Henley's End of the Innocents on vinyl, still in shrink. You just don't see it. So, I got it really cheap, so I picked it up. Speaking of Tony OK, another promo Tony OK album. This one's got Trillion, Tony OK, The Fabulous Poodles, and Brownsville. It's a 8-song picture disc, 2 songs by each band in this clear cover. Just thought it was an interesting item, and it was fairly cheap. Sweet Little 16 again. Graham Parsons, Grievous Angel. Finally picked up. This is a new reissue of this. Finally picked this up. Been wanting to get his solo stuff for a while. So finally found one at a decent price. The Shirelles, Baby It's You. Yeah, A Thing of the Past is on here. I love that song. Again, got it really cheap. Still sealed. New reissue. Picked this up because Flipside CT was showing some bootlegs a long time ago, and I rewatched that video. And he had, I'm not gonna, Joe Strummer, Clash. So it made me look for Clash bootlegs, and I found a Joe Strummer bootleg that looked interesting, but half of it was from this soundtrack, Permanent Record. So I found this for a lot cheaper than that bootleg, and I bought this instead. Stickers all over it, but early Graham Parsons stuff here, demos and outtakes from his albums, that sort of thing. 2 record set, 180 gram vinyl. Album, I've been searching for an original copy for years and years. Finally gave up and found a reissue. Ronnie Lane, Back to Black. It's got the song Anniversary on it, which is like my favorite song I think he's ever done, just about. Love it to death. Have his BBC stuff on CD. Highly, highly recommend it. Of course, Ronnie Lane from the Small Faces and the Faces. Awesome. Can't wait. This is high on my playlist too. This I have fooled around a little bit. Another Dukes of Hamburg album. I'm really loving these guys. They're just loud, garage, fun stuff. There's the set list on this one. They always do some cool covers. Dukes of Hamburg, Bad Side of July. I know I'm rushing here, but the Dunwich Story. This is a reissue. Picked this up really, really cheap too. It's got the Delvettes on it, Shadows of Night. Well, you can see the Knaves, the Banshees. Really cool stuff. It's on box. And again, I picked it up really, really cheap, under $5. The Roots of Psychobilly. I don't think I've shown this before. This has some awesome stuff on it. I mean, some stuff you get everywhere, Wink Ray, stuff like that. But there's also some really, really good stuff on there. I'll show you that if you want to freeze it and check out what's on there. Just really, really good, early, hardish, heavier rockabilly, and some other stuff. I Put a Spell on You. Screaming Jay Hawkins is on here. All kinds of stuff. Gotta flip the record. Not used to this turntable yet. There we go. Sorry about that. Little Richard. I have a reissue of this. Actually, I think it's an early pressing. It's not the original, but this came out of Record Store Day. I got it at a decent price. It's on white vinyl. I'll show it really quick. It's on really cool white vinyl, and mine is pretty poppy, and this just sounds amazing. So I'm really, really glad I have it. I love Little Richard. His specialty stuff is fantastic, and so much of the specialty stuff reissued is muddy. I have this one album that's pure mud. That sounds amazing. Pick this up. I heard this is coming out for real. The David Bowie BBC Archives. It's a bootleg. It's on blue vinyl. I'm not going to show it. There's your set list. But after Bowie died, I got into Bowie, and the thing was, it's going to be coming out, but it's going to be like 80 or 100 bucks or something, and this was like 30, and it's probably about the same thing. So I went for the bootleg. 3-record set. Another bootleg. Pixies, Into the White, they're BBC recordings. And I have played a little of this too, and I really liked what I heard. Played a little of both of those. I love this band. I don't recommend bands that often, but if you like, this is Nancy Sinatra meets, I'm trying to think who's dark. Somebody very dark. Not quite the Cramps, because they're not that loud and they're acoustic sometimes. Almost the White Stripes, but not really. But they're the Ets. And I just, there's the Ronettes, the Bobettes, the blah blah blah. They just took the front off and called themselves the Ets. And I love this cover. And it's Nancy Sinatra meets Joe Strummer. I just really, really like this album. Wicked Will is the name of it. And I've had it on CD forever. And I finally, well, since it came out, I finally have it on vinyl. Check this band out on YouTube or whatever. I really like them. Especially Teeth, the first song on the album. But the whole album, I think, is awesome. I love this record. There, I knew a record. Isn't that amazing? Brazilian Nuggets. I don't think I've shown this before, but I might. It's exactly what you think. It's garage rock from Brazil. And it's volume 2 of Brazilian Nuggets. And last but not least, I have to do a shout out. A few videos ago, Steve, Flipside CT again, showed a video with a guy called Nicky Sudden. And I was intrigued. I didn't know Nicky Sudden, and I'm like, I need to know Nicky Sudden. And can't find an original album. And his reissues are just like, 25-ish, in that range a piece. And I was like, and what one do I get? And then I saw this. It's the Nicky Sudden box set. 7 albums in here. This was about 80 bucks. And there's 7 albums in here and a 45. And I've gotten through 3 of these so far. And I absolutely love it. The only thing is, his stuff does tend to sound a little alike. So it's not something that you want to play all at once, because you'll get lost in it a little bit. But very quickly, I'll show you the albums. And the 45. And it also comes with a download card. Now here's the 45. It is Back to the Start and Ringing on My Train. And you get Nicky Sudden, Egypt. You get Nicky Sudden, Dave Cussworth, the Jacobites. I guess that's just what that's called. They all have these like Obi strip things on them, which are really cool. You've got Pierre's Velvet Basement by Nicky Sudden and the Jacobites. This one didn't come sealed for some reason. This is just Dead Men Tell No Tales by Nicky Sudden and the Jacobites. This one is just Nicky Sudden Bible. And supposedly they're the best, his 5 or 7 best albums. The Nicky Sudden and Jacobites Texas. And Nicky Sudden and the Jacobites Kiss You Kinda. And I don't know if I mentioned it. I don't think I did. I'm looking for... This is my favorite so far. Just by the way, in case somebody just wants to try one Nicky Sudden album. Numero Uno put this out. Who put out the Orc box and the Orc box on 45 set and the vinyl set. And it does all sorts of other really cool boxes. And they put out obscure things that I didn't know Numero Uno put it out. Or actually just Numero Records put it out. Until I got it, and then I'm like, oh wow! If I didn't know that, I waited. I put it just on my list, and I waited for a while. I'd have grabbed it immediately had I known. They did an awesome job on that, and I really, really like it. Okay. Oh, I forgot 2 more things real quick. Straight Out of Madrid, live at the Revolver Club. This is 3 guys from the Flamin' Groovies. Got together and recorded a few songs live. And I finally got the Animals 10-inch from the last record store day. I think this is their first EP reissue. Okay, now that does do it. Long enough for you, wasn't it? Hey, it's good to be back. I hope everybody's doing well. I know I've got a lot of catching up to do, and I will get there, I promise you. Hope you're all well and doing great, and I've got lots more videos in mind to make. So again, check out my podcast, snapcracklepop.podomatic.com. That's still going strong-ish. Thank you all for listening to that. Thank you all for watching the video. Again, hope you're all well, and I'll catch you all soon. Thanks for watching.